Imagine this. It's a Friday night. Your phone is lighting up. A group chat is going wild. Where are you? Come out. It'll be fun, just for a little while. And you're sitting there, completely still, staring at that screen. Not because you don't care about those people. You do, deeply, maybe more than they even realize. But something inside you has gone quiet, like a door that slowly, silently swung shut. And you don't have the key to open it right now. You don't even fully understand why it closed. So you put the phone face down, and you disappear. Maybe for a day, maybe for 2 weeks, maybe longer. And here's the part nobody talks about, the guilt. That low, constant hum of, I should be better at this. Normal people don't do this. What is wrong with me? If you've ever lived inside that feeling, this video is for you. Because nothing is wrong with you. In fact, what's happening inside you is far more profound than the world has given you credit for. Let's talk about what's actually happening when someone disappears like this. Because it isn't laziness. It isn't avoidance for the sake of it. And it certainly isn't that they don't love the people in their life. Psychology has a concept called sensory and emotional processing depth, and it was first studied seriously by researcher Dr. Elaine Aron in the 1990s. She found that roughly 15 to 20% of people are born with a nervous system that processes the world more deeply than average. That means that a normal Tuesday, the emails, the small talk, the background noise of a coffee shop, a difficult conversation, even a beautiful piece of music, is processed at a neurological level that's simply more. More input, more emotional texture, more data to sort through. For most people, social interaction is energizing, or at worst, neutral. For a deeply wired person, it's not that it's bad. It's that it costs something. Something real. Something from a reserve that needs time and silence to refill. When you've spent weeks absorbing the world, other people's moods, unspoken tensions, the weight of your own inner life, your mind reaches a threshold. Psychologists sometimes call this cognitive and emotional saturation. The system isn't broken. It's full. It needs to empty before it can receive again. Think of it this way. Most people are drinking from a cup. When it's empty, they refill it quickly. A night out does it. A laugh with a friend. But some of us aren't drinking from a cup. We're drinking from a well. And wells take longer to fill. But they also go far, far deeper. Now here's where I want you to really stay with me. Because the world has spent a long time telling people like you that this trait is a flaw, a social deficiency, something to overcome, manage, or apologize for. You're too sensitive. You disappear on people. Why can't you just show up? But let's reframe this completely. The same depth that makes disappearing necessary is the exact same depth that makes you extraordinary to be around when you return. Think about the people in your life who truly make you feel seen in a conversation. The ones who ask the question no one else thought to ask. The ones who remember the small thing you said 3 months ago. The ones who can sit with you in pain without immediately trying to fix it, because they know what it feels like to sit inside something heavy. Odds are, that person processes the world deeply. Odds are, that person has also disappeared for weeks at a time. The capacity for profound connection, for real empathy, for creative and philosophical thought. These things don't come despite the need for solitude. They come because of it. The well goes deep because it takes time to fill. You are not broken. You are a well in a world of cups, and the world needs both. So how do we live more gently inside this truth? Here are 3 things, not rules, not fixes, just soft tools. The first, give yourself an early, honest signal. Most people who disappear do it suddenly, because they waited too long. They pushed through. They kept showing up until they couldn't. And then the withdrawal feels dramatic to the people around them. Instead, try to notice the early signs that you're filling up. A flatness in your voice. A sense that conversations feel like arithmetic you're too tired to solve. When you notice that, give yourself a small, intentional quiet day before you hit empty. Prevention feels very different to you and to others than collapse. The second, create a simple phrase for the people you love. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You just need a sentence. Something like, I'm going into my recharge mode. It has nothing to do with you, and I'll be back when I surface. That's it. That one sentence does enormous work. It protects your solitude and protects the relationship at the same time. The third, release the guilt actively. The guilt is often the most exhausting part, more exhausting than the socializing itself. When you're alone, you're not really alone. You're alone with a jury. When you notice the guilt arriving, try saying to yourself, quietly, I am allowed to refill. I am not abandoning anyone. I am coming back. Because you always do come back. You always return. Often softer, more present, more genuinely there than most people ever manage to be. I want to leave you with this. There is a kind of person the world quietly, desperately needs, and rarely knows how to thank. The person who thinks before they speak, who feels things they can't always name, who loves in ways that are private and deep and sometimes invisible, who needs to go away so they can come back whole. That person has been told their whole life to be more available, more present, more easy. But what if the work, the real, sacred work, wasn't to become more like everyone else? What if the work was simply to trust yourself? To trust that the silence is not failure, that the solitude is not selfishness, that the return, when it comes, is a gift. You came here today, probably, because some part of you needed to hear that you're not too much, or too little, or fundamentally wrong. So let me say it clearly. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are a well, and the world needs your depth. Go refill. We'll be here when you come back.